Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, September 24th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, we are looking at BBAI, and we have quite the mover on this one today. Once again, this is kind of turned into a broken record whenever I cover it on these top 10 videos because all I really do is sit here and say the same things over and over again, higher highs and higher lows, but that is a good thing. And then after today's action, we now have a very solid pattern here. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete out both these lines on here. They've both serve their purpose for now, and I don't want to have a bunch of confusion because there's lines and clutter everywhere, so we'll just get rid of those. But let's map out this pattern here. So first part of the pattern here is going to be the resistance portion, and that is this area right here, just illustrating that there has been a bit of a pullback. And then as far as supports are concerned, we have this area right there. Let me change that to green, and then to make the pattern easier to see, let's keep it all the same color. So we have our area of resistance, we have our area of support, we have the big upwards move right here, and this would be called a bull flag pattern. Now let me be very clear, just because something's in a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed if the price comes up here and breaks through it that it's going to make a huge move. My point here is it at least valid? Is that a rational question to throw out there that, hey, if the price breaks to the upside of the bull flag pattern, could that create upside buying pressure? And absolutely, that would just be a pretty basic, pretty textbook breakout. Again, not guaranteed to happen, but certainly a more than valid, question and scenario to throw out there. So if you like bull flag patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one, DVLT, very, very impressive mover today. And as I speak right now, price isn't totally at highs, but there it is, right on cue, going to new highs. And that's exactly why I like to do these when the market is still open. But so as I speak now, you can see it was pushing to new highs there. So let's map out a couple key levels. First level would be the level of support that I would call the ideal area. When you say, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest moving forward? And that would be ideally if the price can stay up there above 61.5 cents. Now, don't get me wrong. If the price falls below that level, that doesn't mean the chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could stay above there, that would be a great sign of power. Taking a step back and looking at things from the bigger picture point of view, that is where the purple line there comes into play, the 50-period simple moving average. Keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher, which is essentially going to be just an overall trend line that draws itself for you. In fact, I like to call moving averages trend lines for lazy people, because if you don't feel like drawing a trend line, fine, let that trend line draw itself for you. So again, assuming you care about the overarching standpoint, as long as the price does stay above that purple line, then the bulls are in full control. Again, preferably stay above 61.5, but big picture, stay above that purple line. As far as the areas of resistance are concerned, as I squeeze things down, you can see it's been a long time since the price has been this high. Let's actually go to the daily time frame. Now each one of these represents an entire day. So from that angle, you can see that the next key battleground to watch moving forward is right there at the 80-cent mark. So keep a close eye on 80 cents moving forward, and we'll see if the price can get up there. But yeah, today, no doubt about it, very, very explosive movement. Next one here, BITF, and another rough day here. Now, big picture-wise, the trend is still very much so upwards. But with that said, it's starting to get a little worrisome. Again, I'm still not going to say the bears are in full control or anything like that. But yes, the bears have certainly taken over control a bit as the price is now officially down below that purple line there. And the reason why I'm still not willing to say that the bears have full control is, to be fair, the price is still nicely up above the pink line there, which on my chart denotes the 200-period simple moving average. And from an overarching standpoint, and even if you have just a basic surface deep understanding of charts, I'm sure you've heard of that 200-period moving average, and you know that that's the key level where if the price is above there, then again, big picture-wise, overall trend, you would still have to give to the bulls. So that is why now moving forward, right there at that 217 mark, going to be very, very important moving forward, because if the price were to drop down there and then break through there, then at that point it becomes very, very difficult to make any sort of argument for the bulls. If there is any sort of bounce back in the upward direction, key initial level to watch right now from the resistance standpoint, going to be right there at 268. And the next key level after that, right up there around 285. But yeah, definitely the bears are starting to flex their muscle. Next one, ORIS. Talked about this pattern in yesterday's video and got the very nice move up from it. So in some senses, almost have the same pattern. But let's map out the newest pattern that has formed today. Very clean cut. So we have an area of resistance right there. We have this area of support right there. So let's change that to green. And then just to make sure everybody sees the pattern here, we have an area of resistance, support. You have the nice upwards move right here for you golfers. Let's make it a little bit more visual. Put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. As I mentioned earlier, just because something's bullish does not guarantee that anything moving upwards, but is it valid? Is it a plausible question to throw out there the question that, hey, you know, if the price breaks through that level, could that create upside buying pressure? Absolutely. So if you like penny stocks, you like bull pennants, here you go. Next one here, OPEN, and the downwards pressure continues. Very rough day, not because it was red, but just from a technical standpoint. So to kind of quickly summarize that, yesterday, if you watched the video, I talked about how the price had broken down through that overall channel pattern. And then going into today, still had the pink line, which you now know is that 200 period moving average. But this is what I mean. Price broke below it, and then it's just continued to separate further and further below. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those levels up there. And in the very near term, the sooner the price can get back above that pink line, the better. Right now valued at 793. So that, like, again, is the 200 period moving average. So the price, if it can get back above there, don't get me wrong, there's still going to be a lot more work that needs to be done, but that would be a good step in the right direction from a bullish standpoint. In terms of areas of support now, if this thing is going to continue on down, let's change that to green for support. Next key level now is going to be this former breakout point right there around $6.45. Again, just going back, can't quite see it, there we go. But just going back through the history of the chart, you can see this was a former area of resistance. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, overall, the bears are looking pretty strong. Real quick, want to take a break and help you solve a very common problem that maybe you are having, and that has to do with the pattern day trader rule, meaning you'd like to be a day trader, you'd like to have unlimited day trades every day, but because of that pattern day trader rule, you are very limited in the amount of trades you can make. Well, there is a way to get totally around that rule. It doesn't require a whole lot of money at all, and in fact, it puts you into a market that trades way better than small caps and penny stocks anyways, but I do understand if all this sounds a little bit too good to be true, maybe a little sketchy, which is why I'm inviting you, check out my live stream. I start every day at 11 a.m. Eastern because I put my money where my mouth is. This is the exact same thing that I've been doing, and I absolutely love it, mainly because it's just a great way to manage your risk because you have very little risk to begin with. So if you want to see it with your very own eyes, definitely swing by the live stream, ask me questions, and or if not, just check out the link right now. But like I said, I understand some of this can sound a little too good to be true, but that's why I say come by the live stream and see it with your very own eyes. Next one, NVDA, talked about the pattern in yesterday's video, but unfortunately, very rough start to the day. Broke down through the bottom part of that bull pennant and then just really started to bleed. But to give some credit where credit's due, let me just get rid of these lines here as they serve their purpose. But to give credit where credit's due, the price did do a beautiful, beautiful job of respecting that purple line there, that 50 period moving average. And in fact, as I speak right now, you can see, in fact, let's just zoom in here. The last 30 minutes right now is getting a nice bounce off of that level. You can see it right there, a good green candle off of that level, which brings about the first, at least in my mind, interesting question. Is this bounce the start of something bigger? Are the bulls going to get some more continuation? If so, how much? But yes, right now, that is a valid question to be asking because that is right now a good solid bounce. As far as areas of support are moving forward, certainly you want to see the price ideally stay above that purple line. If it doesn't, then I'd say the next key level right there around 177.25. If this upwards move is going to continue, I would say the next key battleground to watch very closely right up there around 179.35. But yeah, rough day today, but on the bright side of things, at least it did a good job of not only holding above the purple line, but now you're getting the bounce from it. Next one, SSKN, and I've talked about this pattern before, so I'm going to go through this quickly because I want to respect your time as much as possible. So there's our resistance part of the pattern. There is our support part of the pattern, green for support. And just to make sure everybody can see it, let's keep it the same color. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the nice upwards move right there. We have the golf hole down here. So we're looking at yet another bull pennant pattern. Next one here, SOUN. And now we're kind of entering into a little bit of a hot streak here. Again, I'm going to go through this quickly because you literally just heard me talk about it. And I've talked about it before. So in the spirit of trying to respect your time, let me just map out this pattern really quickly, and then to keep it the same color. So we have our resistance, we have our support, then you have the nice upwards move right there. Golf hole down here, we have another bull pennant pattern. I'd say the biggest difference here is some of these other ones were penny stocks and then down below the $10 mark. But here's one, up above the $15 mark. So if this is more so the price range you like and you like bull pennants, we'll keep an eye on SOUN. Next one here, I promised, this is just kind of how that goes sometimes, but I'm not trying to get non-original, but if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. Just follow the patterns. But we have, once again, If you're guessing, are you gonna map out another bull pennant? Maybe you already seen it. I am indeed. Resistance, support, nice move up. Golf hole down here, we're looking at another bull pennant pattern. So if you are somebody that likes bull pennants, well then Wednesday, you're going to have a whole lot to choose from. So again, in this situation, if you like the stocks down below the $5 mark, but you want to stay out of penny stocks, this one is a good popular price range for sure. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and another rough day on this one as the price started to come down. I'm going to get rid of that level and map out a couple of key areas of resistance. The overarching level, where there now seems to be this downtrending trend line that has been put into play, but that's not necessarily totally relevant right now. In the very near term, the key battleground now that the price needs to get above is that purple line. Classic example here of basic rules in charting, which state when levels of support are broken and close above, or excuse me, close below, they tend to act as resistance. That's exactly what's happening here. Price broke below it on that candle, and then you can see right there, try to get above it, resistance. Try to get above it, resistance, and then right here, last 30 minutes, trying to get above it, resistance. So that'll be the first key battleground to watch moving forward. That 50-period moving average right now valid at, we'll call it 429.50. And then again, if the price can push up through there, then the next key overarching level is that resistance up there. In regards to areas of support now moving forward, key level to watch initially, if this pullback or if this thing does, roll back over, is going to be right here around the bottom part of this consolidation area, right there around $422. So yeah, rough day today. Again, the price is trying to bounce upwards. Give credit where credit's due. But yeah, that purple line right now being pretty stubborn. So we'll see if the price can push up through there on Wednesday. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you are sick and tired of the pattern day trend rule, if you want to risk very little money yet have some very explosive potential, then check out what I have going on the live stream, or just check out the link. And if you want to learn more, then you can go to the website and see all that. But I do understand if this is all new to you, it can sound very too good to be true, very what's the catch, which is why just check out the live stream, 11 a.m. I go for a few hours. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be reminded of when I do indeed go live. But check out the live stream, ask me questions, and I'd be happy to provide any sort of clarity to you. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the live stream.